Hi, Deb.
Hi,
So, as we told you last week, over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be sharing some ways to make the most of this holiday season. Looking for new ways to bring joy to the holidays. And let's face it, 2020 is just different. So, how can we finish strong? How can we jump into 2021 looking and feeling the best that we can? And last week, Deb told us a little bit about something new she was doing for Thanksgiving. So, how'd that go, Deb?
It went well, actually, Mel. It's kind of fun. We ended up doing exchanging sides in Heather's driveway, Heather and James. And so we gave her half a turkey because they had decided not to do a turkey. It would be way too much for the two of them. And some green bean casserole, which is one of our favorite sides. And we got stuffing and sweet potatoes and her homemade pumpkin pie, which was all amazing. So it worked out well. It was fun. It was fun to see each other even for 10 minutes to exchange things
Yeah.
and in a safe way. So we felt like we had a little bit of Thanksgiving in the midst of a crazy 2020 non-gathering year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So, and then we kind of jumped into our weekend, and Scott and I did some decorating and baking like we usually do Thanksgiving weekend. So it's kind of fun to keep that tradition going. One of the things we made were snickerdoodles, which are one of our favorite, like once a year Christmas treats. And I had decided earlier in the day that when we made those, I would just have one. So I kind of set an intention. We hadn't eaten great on Friday. I was like, oh, I think the only vegetable was like a scoop of green bean casserole that was left. So I decided, no, I'll just when we bake, I'll have one cookie and then I'll add a vegetable to the day to kind of balance out Friday. And so I felt pretty good about that. Well, my one cookie turned into four, and I started to kind of beat myself up, and I was like, nope. So we decided to just put them in the freezer and stop. And then I had a salad for dinner. So I felt good that I messed up, but I gave myself a little grace because you know what? It's the holidays, and like I said, it's a once a year treat, and just put them away, and then had a salad for dinner. So I think it's just something good to remember as we enter this holiday season.
Yeah. Setting intentions is always a good place to start. Whether it's I'm going to add more vegetables, I'm only going to have one of those cookies, or maybe I'm going to try to walk every day, or even just 15 minutes, or the weather around here is getting so it's harder to be outside. I mean, today we're totally in rain. So, maybe walking up and down the stairs a couple times, something like that. But that's kind of one of the things that we were talking about was when Deb and I were talking about like setting intentions or just getting in a good mindset, looking for things that bring us joy. What during this season really brings us joy? And, sometimes it's writing out a card. Some people I know still send Christmas cards. I know other people don't. If it brings you stress and makes you feel like it's not something that you want to do, then maybe it's not the thing to do this year. Maybe the people that you normally would send a card to, you decide that you're going to pick up the phone and make a phone call. Anything that's bringing you joy and that can spread that joy to others, because that always makes us feel better. So, what we really were thinking about throughout this is, what ways would you like to be intentional? Is it taking 5 minutes to just be still? Is it prayer? Is it meditation? Deb, why don't you tell us a little bit about the way you start your morning?
I start my morning with prayer and meditation, my devotionals. I have a couple devotional books I use, and I need that time. I absolutely need that time. So I make sure I get up early to have it because it centers me for the day. So, Saturday was no exception. I had my time and I set my intention And I remembered it. I think that's the biggest thing. Like halfway through my snickerdoodle frenzy, I remembered that intention. So I absolutely have to set that time in the morning. It's my quiet time. Like Melanie said, it's time to reflect. It's time to be still. It's dark most of the time. So there aren't any interruptions. And that time helped me later in the day to remember, like, oh, whoops, I set that intention, so I'm going to follow through. But I'm also going to extend myself grace. Like, God gives us grace when we mess up. He doesn't, smack us on the side of the head. Well, maybe sometimes, but it doesn't do any good to beat ourselves up for what we already ate or what we did. Just start over. And that time in the morning centers me and helps me remember what my intention is for the day.
Yeah. And the other thing that Deb was talking about with grace, I've tried to incorporate the mantra right now for myself that there's no failure, just feedback. So, she could have really beat herself up when she had those extra cookies. We all find ways that we can beat ourselves up, or to just say, oh, well, I failed. So now I'm going to be done and I'll start over again tomorrow. Why not start over right then? Deb decided she was going to put those cookies away, and right then and there, she made a better plan for the rest of the day. And that's really like one of the things that we're trying to look at. How do we just continue to make those good choices anytime? It doesn't have to start tomorrow. It doesn't have to start next Monday. We can start right now. Maybe you want to get more exercise into your day. That can start right now. If you're in a place, just even get up and do a couple stretches, or get up and down out of your chair a couple times just to get moving. It doesn't have to be like crazy. In fact, the more small steps we take, the better off we are. Anything you want to add?
No, I think that's good, Melanie. I think, yeah, any movement we put in our day is a gain. And right, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress.
Right.
And let's pat ourselves on the back when we make progress. We don't do that enough. We use our hands for beating ourselves up instead of giving ourselves a pat on the back. And that's what Melanie and I do for each other. And I appreciate her. When I mess up, help me get back on track. And she gives me grace when I don't give myself grace, and I do the same for her. So yeah, put on some Christmas music and do a dance. That counts. Everything counts. Every time we move counts. Absolutely. So I love that, Mel. Mm-hmm.
So we are here if you are struggling in any area of your life. If there's somewhere that you need some more information, or a go-to, or a cheerleader, that's why we're here. And we would love to get to know you better and help you create a plan that's specifically for you, something that fits you and fits your lifestyle, and that you can start to feel like, I can do this. And you can. But it really helps when you have people in your corner reminding you of how to do that. So give us a call, set up a free consultation, and we will look forward to seeing you here. Leave your feedback. Let us know what you're doing, and even if if you feel like it's just been a small step that you took today, let us know. We would love to cheer you on. All right, take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.